Hey, do you want to watch a movie where people murder each other in gruesome, horrible ways? Is that how you like to relax? Well, that's what it feels like to be a fan of slasher movies, where society thinks you're a little bit messed up, and hey, they're probably right. But in a world where action movies like John Wick exist, where hundreds of people die, but it's all okay because you use a gun, well, I think slasher movies are a little bit different. They focus more on the intimate struggle between the characters and evil. In my opinion, slasher movies represent humanity better than most action movies. Action movies often dehumanize characters by making their deaths unimpactful or unimportant, breezing past it like it was nothing. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 slasher movies I think you should definitely check out, especially if you're a fan of the first movie on this list. Also, real quick, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, your support means the world. So what is my first pick? Well, it is the Terrifier series. If you haven't seen a Terrifier movie, they have become a cultural phenomenon in the slasher horror space. Art the Killer Clown has become a modern slasher icon. Terrifier from 2016 and its sequels are perfect examples of practical effect work at its finest. Even if you're not a fan of slasher movies, you can appreciate how realistic these kills look and the pure artistry behind the practical effects. But honestly, don't expect much of a plot. It's more about the gore and the terror in these movies. Art the Clown doesn't need to say a word. His silent, mime-like presence makes him even more menacing. I recommend starting with the first Terrifier movie. It's a very simple premise and is very easy to digest and a great starting point, but check out the sequels as well. Next up is Maniac from 1980. Maniac is a psychological thriller slasher that follows Frank Zito, a serial killer in New York City. The film gets pretty gruesome, and we see everything from Frank's perspective. From his personal struggles, his breakdowns, his trauma, and of course, his killings. This movie will mess with your head. You walk away from it like you've just been mentally bruised. It's one of those films that forces you to think about humanity, psychotic behavior, and what it means to be a true victim. At the time of its release, it was considered to be one of the most shocking films of the 80s. It is definitely one of the darkest films in the slasher genre. Moving on to my third pick, it is Maniac Cop from 1988. This is an 80s slasher movie with a very simple but effective concept: a maniac cop. The film follows a corrupt police officer named Matt Cordell, who, after being framed for crimes he didn't commit, returns from the dead to get revenge on those who wronged him. Think Jason Voorhees in a cop uniform. This is a blend of slasher and 80s action with a zombie twist. The film is set in New York City. The cinematography from that era adds an extra layer of grit. So if you like the idea of a gritty police action movie set in the 80s with slasher vibes and also a touch of the supernatural, then make sure you check out Maniac Cop. Up next is Hatchet from 2006. Hatchet is a modern slasher with an old school feel. It is a bloody love letter to classic slasher movies, and if you like Terrifier, you will likely enjoy Hatchet. The series follows Victor Crowley, a deformed killer in the swamps of Louisiana. Think of this movie as Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets Terrifier. It's got all the practical effect work that you'd expect, with some of the most creative kills in recent slasher history. Like, honestly, these kills are extremely vicious and brutal, but there's a lot of humor in this movie too, so you're gonna be laughing as people are completely decapitated and abused. If you want a mix of horror and comedy and brutal practical effects, then Hatchet is the movie for you. And if you do end up liking the movie, there's sequels and a spin-off which are also great follow-ups. And finally, I want to talk about Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon from 2006. This is the most unique film on this list. It is a slasher mockumentary, which was kind of a rare genre back in the early 2000s. Mockumentaries, that is. The movie follows a documentary crew who is interviewing a man named Leslie Vernon, who is preparing to become a slasher killer like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees. It's a really fun, self-aware movie that pokes fun at the tropes of the slasher genre. But don't be fooled, Behind the Mask has some genuine horror moments too. The film takes a unique look at the life of a killer and the process of creating a slasher character. I recommend going in semi-blind with this one because this is a movie that's best experienced spoiler-free. So those are 5 slasher movies that I think you should definitely check out. Now I want to hear from you. What are some of your favorite slasher movies? Any underrated slasher movies that you think deserve more love? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, thank you so much for sticking with this channel. Apologies that this video was a little bit late. I'm in the process of moving houses. But I'll be back to regular Monday uploads very soon. Thank you so much for supporting the channel for the last 4 months. Remember to stay creative, keep watching horror movies, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody.